We're in a new drawing now, and it's called simpletemplate.dwg. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to create a very simple AutoCAD template that we would use to open up new drawings. Now, the trick with this is you set up a template and save it to a known folder. Now, there is a default AutoCAD templates folder, and you'll find when you save to the AutoCAD template file format, DWT, it will default to that templates folder, and you'll see that in a moment as we develop this simple template. Now, you'll notice in the drawing area, it's empty. There are no drawing objects. The whole idea of a template is you set up all the settings so that you can create new DWGs from the template DWT file. Now, it may be that there's a title block available. If we go to the ISO A3 Landscape Layout tab, you will notice there is a little template title block in there. So basically, it allows you to create new drawings. You've got a title block ready to go and so on. If you go back to the Model tab now, just click on Model here. Now, we're going to take a look at the settings that we have preset in this simple template.dwg file. So if I go to the annotation flyout here and click on the A with the paintbrush, you can see we've got some text styles set up in the drawing. I'll click on cancel now. If I click on that flyout again and go to dimensions, you'll notice we've got some default dimension styles available as well. I'll close that too. If I go to the layer drop down here, you'll notice we've got various layers available that are all part of the template and will become part of the drawing when you create a new drawing from that template. If I go to the layer properties here as well, there they are there. You can see objects is the current layer with the tick next to it. So basically when you open up a new drawing from this template, objects will be the current drafting layer. Viewports layer is set to not to plot when you create viewports in your layout tabs. And again, we'll cover that later on in the course. So if I now close the layer properties manager, what I'll do now is I'll do a save as and save this as a DWT file. So what I'll do now is I'll go up here to save as, like so. And as you can see, they're DWG files at the moment. But down here, I can change the file type to a DWT. So there's our template folder. Can you see it defaults to the template folder? And we've got some default ones in there already. AutoCAD ISO is the default metric template. AutoCAD ISO 3D is the default metric 3D template. Notice AutoCAD and AutoCAD 3D, they are the defaults for imperial units. If you use an AutoCAD LT, by the way, AutoCAD ISO would become ACLT ISO, and ACLT ISO 3D, and so on. Same with AutoCAD DWT would be ACLT.dwt, and you'd have ACLT 3D as well. So they do change, and that depends on which version of AutoCAD you're using. Now, we're just going to create a new one here. Now, we saw the title block was an ISO A3, so I'm just going to call this an ISO A3 metric, like so. And it was in a landscape format, so we'll put landscape in there, just so we know the orientation of the template file. So we've got all that in there. We click on save. We now get prompted for a description. Now, I'm just going to call this again ISO A3 metric dash landscape again. Bit boring, I know, but it's just quick and easy. You can call it what you like, obviously. Measurement is metric, obviously. If you go to English, that will go to imperial units. We want metric in this particular case. So I click on OK, and you'll see a sort of a little flash happen. And then what will happen, you'll notice now, can you see the file tab there? It says ISO A3 metric landscape.dwt. And you'll see at the top of the screen there as well, in the title bar, it's also a DWT file. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close that file. Click on the little cross there on the File tab. That disappears. You go back to your AutoCAD Start tab. Now, you can use the new here or the new up here on the Quick Access toolbar. Either way, it will create a blank drawing file. And as soon as it does that, it'll take you to the template folder where we've just saved our template, and there's our ISO A3 metric landscape DWT. So I click on open now, And that'll open up a new drawing file. Notice it's called Drawing 1. See the File tab? See it in the title bar? But if I look at things like the layers, they've all loaded up in this DWG file from the DWT file. So that template file now can be used over and over again to generate as many drawings as you like. One quick check as well, click on the ISO A3 Landscape tab here, and you can see our title block has come through from the template as well. So we go back to the Model tab, and we're ready to start drawing in our new DWG file where we've just utilized our template that we saved.